welcome to 2025. It is January 1st and I decided I was going to do this because I always sit down and over plan my year, and I know that it's probably too much planning, but I am a type A personality. I like things over planned to the point where this is what my calendar looks like. I like to over plan, okay? And I'm a little bit of a messy planner, but this is how I always plan out my years. When I was younger and I made New Year's resolutions, I always made goals for myself where I would say, oh, well, I will work out 3 times a week, or I'll eat healthy every single day, or things like that. And what it did is it a lot of times like wore me out to the point where I felt so stressed out, so unmotivated, so unaccomplished. Even by like February or March, I genuinely got so overwhelmed I couldn't do it. One thing that really started helping me was making like vision boards or prayer boards, however, whatever you call them. Just kind of like things that I would like to do, aspirations for the year. That's what I've started doing instead of writing actual goals for myself. So if you are one of those people who tend to get overwhelmed and get to feeling unmotivated by March, this might be something you want to do. And I know it's a little late because it is January 1st, but I just feel like this is something that you could start today. This is something you could start in June, even if you wanted to. It's not something you have to do just because it's New Year's Day. Obviously, as you can tell, I like to write everything down. So I'm a content creator. I am a full-time content creator. I make money. This is my career. I literally make my living off of social media. So a lot of my calendar is either events that I have going on, and it's also like things that I'm gonna post, things, ideas. So I kind of have to have a routine of color coding of how I'm going to plan everything out. For instance, on here, as you can tell, this is a mess, and this is what the entire calendar looks like. This stops in December, so I have a new calendar. I get to start fresh, something completely new. It did help me, but it is a mess. So I'm starting out something new this year, and I had to go get a new planner. So this one is actually from Marshall's. So Marshall's, Home Goods, and TJ Maxx have the best planners to me, but it's very thick. It has the tabs and everything. I paid $9.99 on here at Marshall's. So very good price, and it's very nice. It comes with the stickers and everything. Huh? And I'm gonna get to that in a second on how I plan out my days and my months, my weeks, my goals for the month, everything like that. But the main thing, I want to start out, the main thing that has helped me so much is making a collage from pictures on Pinterest of things that I like and things that I want to accomplish in the new year. You got chips? I make an entire like vision board. So I always save it as my like home screen for my iPad because my iPad is what I work on the most, but I also put it on my phone for my lock screen on my phone, at least for the whole month of January, because it helps me keep track and keep like inspired, I guess is the word. Anyway, I make this on Procreate, and this is how I do it. After going through Pinterest and picking out all of the pictures that I liked for my little vision board, I add them into Procreate, and I just kind of pile them into a collage, kind of like this. It's no particular order, but I just kind of like mine looking really messy. Of course, you can do it however you want it. It could be organized or just as messy as mine. I also go in with like a color on another layer, and I add in like my words in black. And then I'll take like a white with a really big size and like go behind it with another layer, if that makes sense. So Procreate kind of works like Photoshop, if you've ever worked Photoshop before, where you have to work in layers to kind of like make things look the way you want it. I export it as a PNG or a JPEG, usually PNG, and this is what it ends up looking like. So let's go through my vision board because I just think this will be kind of fun. So I have a few little things that I touch on. I pretty much always keep up with health, relationships, wellness, mental health kind of goes into health because I struggle with anxiety and I always try to focus on that. Let me bring this into the living room and talk about this a little bit more because I feel like it's just a little more homey and it feels really good for talking about intentions for the year. So one of the big things I'm trying to do this year is wake up earlier, which we did not do today. I'm not gonna lie. We woke up around 9:30 to 10 o'clock today because she literally got up at 9:30 and we just didn't get out of bed till about 10. So we're already starting off wrong, which is why I don't like to do goals. I just kind of like to do like ideas. But I am skipping her nap today, so hopefully we can start getting our mornings back to normal because we used to be on a good schedule. And then the holidays happened and it just got kind of messed up. So we're trying to get back on slow mornings. And I don't mean like waking up at 4 a.m. because I am not a morning person. So I'm not going to do something that is pushing me too much, and I don't recommend doing that. Like I've done that before where I said, oh, I'm gonna wake up at 4 a.m. knowing damn well I hate the mornings. So that's just not something to do. I'm not setting a certain time, but I'm trying to let us wake up earlier, kind of enjoy our mornings and not be like running around so much. I also just want to be more intentional with our mornings. I want to not be on social media as much because I have a very bad habit of waking up and scrolling and kind of just like starting to feel bad and overwhelmed and stressing myself out over everything just getting online. So I am trying to slow that down a little bit more and just kind of have more intentional mornings. I have a live green part on here, and what I mean by that is we started a garden last year. We did cucumbers, squash, tomatoes, and I started a watermelon, but it didn't do too well. Anyway, I loved that. I honestly found so much happiness. I really want to stick to that this year. Not necessarily eating only healthy foods because, I mean, come on, we're gonna eat some unhealthy stuff every now and then, but I am trying to eat more healthy, and I would really like to start producing my own food. So up here, I have a lot of things of like things I want to do with my daughter. So one thing that we do is we always are trying to do DIY projects, or me and her trying to do screen-free activities. She has the TV on right now, I'm not gonna lie. We still have screen time. But I do want to do some more things. Like, she's now getting to the age where she's really having fun painting and drawing, and I'm huge on painting and drawing. So I really want to nurture that a little bit more. I want to prioritize being outside and doing outdoor things. So going into that, one thing that I started last year was coming out of my comfort zone with taking her out by myself. And I started out, I think around March last year. March or April was like the first time I have ever been out with her by myself. So she was almost 2 years old when I finally started going out and doing things with her by myself. And I still do. We go shopping and we do our things, but I stay very close. We go to Walmart and come home. Like, it's not like something that we go all day. I don't really go, I mean, I go to the park occasionally with her by myself. But basically, I've been letting my anxiety hold me back, and I don't want to do that anymore. I really want us to be able to go and do things. I am focusing on trying to move my body more and get more active, but not necessarily for a certain result. It's more of just like for anxiety reasons, just trying to do more yoga, Pilates even, because I found that helped me with my mental health a lot. And I struggled really bad in 2024. So I want to get better about that. So back to the planner. This is how I start. This one has a monthly like at a glance section. So it has like goals, to-dos, birthdays, anniversaries, additional notes. Honestly, I think the birthdays and anniversaries is kind of like, I don't really write in it very much. I just kind of like keep track of some things in here. But I really like this because it has a to-do section. So for me, I have my brother's wedding coming up, and I'm in the bridal party, and I'm also the sister, obviously. So I'm doing a lot of stuff for that. So I have like all that written down. I have stuff for taxes that I have to get done. Kind of like ideas that I want to get done this month. And then I have the goals. So I have goals I basically just keep track of like my career goals on there. So like revenue earned, brand deals for that month, like things like that. It's not, they're very lenient goals. It's not goals like if I don't accomplish them, I'm going to be upset. It's more of like, this is what I'm pursuing for that month. I also found that coming up with goals for the month kind of help you stay on track instead of planning them for the whole year, because it just kind of seems like when you make a huge goal for yourself of, okay, you're starting out on social media, for instance, and you're like, okay, I'm going to get to 100K this year, and you're starting from zero, it can kind of overwhelm you. Instead of starting from January and saying, okay, I'm at 0, I want to grow to 1,000. Like that kind of thing, it kind of keeps you more focused and less overwhelmed if you take it chunk by chunk. At least for me, that's how it works. Anyway, so I really like this section. So if you're looking for a planner, these little sections are really good if you're just wanting to like look at something really easily. I really like when they have these note sections in the back, because as somebody who is type A but very messy type A, I take notes on random things. I have notes everywhere. I have them on my phone. I have little sticky notes all over my desk. It's an organized mess. But what I really like about these is it has the notes section in the back, so I can keep up with things on here and just keep it in one big planner. So I have video ideas on here, and if you really want to be more organized with it, they have a really good like organization thing. I use it mostly for like content ideas, but they have it for like other things as well. This is the name of it. I can't think of it at the moment, but it really is a great tool for like organizing your life and organizing ideas. But for me, I really like writing things down because I always get overwhelmed when I have another app to keep track of. The way I'm organizing this year, at least with my writing, is I'm putting like birthdays and anniversaries in blue ink. I'm putting anything that's like an event coming up in black ink. And then my content ideas, I'm actually going to put in pencil because I tend to change them around so much. The sun is literally like blinding me right now, but I tend to change my ideas so much. I'm going to write them in pencil this year. But if you're not worried, if you don't really worry with content and you're not really a creator or anything like that, I would recommend like coming up with a kind of key idea and write down, maybe even on a sticky note that you can change every month and just move it over to the new month, of kind of color coding a key that kind of helps you kind of look at your thing and be like, okay, everything in pink is what I have to get done today, or everything in blue is an event coming up, like things like that. I personally think that the vision board or the prayer board or the the manifestation board or whatever you want to call it, I personally think that is like my main thing for kind of accomplishing goals. Anyway, I have all of my like pictures for my vision board and my dream life or whatever on my Pinterest, so I will link that below so you can go check it out if you're wanting to come up with one. That is how I'm staying organized in 2025, and that's everything that I'm going to try to do career wise or organizational wise.
Hi, Mama. Hi.
Hi.
Mama, see.
Sadie's hiding because you're driving her crazy. This is just a reminder to set intentions for the year and not necessarily goals that you are making yourself do like a checklist. More just like happy vibes, happy feelings, whatever makes you feel happy. Put it down, write it down, save it on a Pinterest board, put it as your profile picture, something, I don't know. Just to make you feel more motivated and make you feel like wanting to be that person. Anyway, she's ready for some attention, so I'm gonna go.
And all toss, Mama.